To Barry's attorney, your client is still on social media, still leaving comments, as in Mick's Philippines retirement this morning. He was out there with his bells on. Yep, he was. I would think a proper relationship with lawyer and client. I would think that the lawyer would probably give the normal speech that, well, if you're a person that's involved in a legal case against yourself, you would think an attorney would probably try to advise his client just to stay off YouTube. I caught Barry this morning, as I've been caught every day, whether he's posting something under his channel, which is called, by the way, Mr. Attorney, okay, which is called, well, he has to travel America, okay, and guilty as sin. Mr. Jordan has been on constantly and against your better advice, Mr. Attorney. He was on Mike's Philippine retirement this morning, leaving lame comments about me. Yeah, and I left a few for him, and he didn't know what to say after a while. And I think his line was, I'm 2 steps ahead of you. And
If,
what's that?
if you are stuck ahead with Frank, why you in jail?
If he's still, oh, yeah, the comment was that he was 2 steps ahead of me. And I recorded, well, if you're 2 steps ahead of me,
Why he's
why,
in jail now?
why are you still in jail if you're 2 steps ahead of me? That doesn't make any sense at all. But then again, Barry, nothing you say makes any sense anyway. Isn't that the truth? Yeah. And wait till you see what's coming. I think he made a statement like that. I said, wait till you see what's coming. No, we're not getting into a big head bashing thing again. He's just making some comments on his, well, obviously he's been told by somebody he's been told not to actually make videos on here. But he makes up with that by posting comments on other people's shows. And I caught him off guard earlier today on Mike's Philippine retirement on a few comments he was making. There he was, Travel America, making comments about me. And nobody triggered him to do that. It was a whole different channel. But when you're sitting around there in your jail cell, you got nothing else to do. Oh, let me just go to somebody's channel and make a comment, And first of all, these people don't even know who the hell I am. But I sure told them who you were. That this guy's sitting in a fucking detention center for 22 months and is facing, an actual legal trial for criminal libel. Yeah, I think the guy put us both in timeout or something on there. But no, we weren't getting into an argument thing, but we exchanged a few words. Nothing really terrible, but, made him look like a fool. And, then he stopped posting on there. So, the topic matter was it Mike's Philippine retirement? No, he had a guest. I don't know who the guest was. I'm not sure who that was. I'm going to be short because I'm going to get dressed soon and stuff. But we're probably going to go out for lunch today or something. Uh, so, caught him on there. Caught him on there. He goes around the channels. But when you got that kind of time, and I understand it, when you got that kind of time in a tiny little room and you can't do much, and it's hot in there and it's humid in there except for your fan, and all that's doing is blowing the hot air and humid air on you. It's got to be terrible. Uh, what are you going to do, right? You got to gripe out with somebody, you're paying the price of all your actions you've done while you're on YouTube through the years and paying the price, and, you're not a happy camper, obviously. So, it's kind of expected. You need to vent and need to kind of get it all out, just kind of get it all out. I think he should just do a video, just one video, and use a half hour of time, just one video, and just kind of get it all out and express everything he wants to express to me, and just go on from there. There's no words that could hurt my feelings, comments on other channels, Barry. Okay, you know, the jig is up. Okay, you're paying the price. Um, you know, I can't predict my future, but I can certainly predict yours. Okay, there's a big difference. I already know your future. I already, no matter what happens in court, that you will never, 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 never come back in this country again. I'm so clear on that. After all is said and done in the legal matters and everything else, immigration overstay, and top of that, a legal case against you, you will never, ever, ever. And if that is all it turns out to be, if it's all it turns out to be, that'll still work for me too. Never have you walked the streets and the bars of all the people you fucked over and the bartenders and bills and people you have taken advantage of. You will never have that opportunity, at least not in the Philippines, you won't. You could do that in America or wherever you decide to land your feet on, next territory, but you will not be able to do that here, and that's a guarantee. Once you're out of here, especially with an immigration 7 years and then a court case against you, that's double jeopardy. And I don't know what you're thinking, that sick mind of you, Mr. Barry Lee Jordan. I don't know what you're thinking, but you've done everything the wrong way. Even finding you, people are wondering, I haven't seen Barry very active. No, he's very active. He was just basically instructed not to do any live videos anymore, but he makes up for it by making comments on other people's channels. That's what he does. How's that working for you so far, Barry? Nobody gives a shit what you say, and to go on some channels, somebody not familiar with you, they just fucking put you on timeout, as they did me. You know, you don't know me, and rightfully so. They don't want to hear any bickering going on between two foreigners who have no idea who the hell they are, but rightfully so. Good for Mike's Philippines Retirement. Actually, Mike Philippines Retirement had a good show. I don't watch him all the time, a few times, but he had some guest on there, and what they said came together. Now, I could just, if I was an envious person and really give a shit about monetization or anything, I could say, oh, he's jealous. I have a good reason to be jealous of some people's successful channels. The guy was making some super chat. He had a guest on there. No matter what you might think or whatever you think now of Mike's Philippines Retirement, I do question the fact that he was married, divorced 6 times, and one in the Philippines. I don't know. I question that. I mean, it's kind of like, what's up with that? But other than that, if somebody's putting on a good show, and I don't really care who they are, it could be a troll, but if they're putting on a show and it's very factual and concise and precise, and they're giving really good advice, which I think on Mike's Philippines Retirement this morning, for what I've heard, him and his guest go together very well. I forgot who his guest is on there, but I think he did a pretty damn good job talking about Philippine relationships, this and that and that. Now, I'm not sure where the guy comes off as being an expert. He says he's an expert on Philippines relationships because he's been living out it for 9 years or some shit like that. I don't know what he said. The only problem I have with that is he's been divorced, admittedly, 6 times. So, I don't know. Other than that, I mean, how could you be an expert on women if you have been divorced in USA 6 times? 6 times. So there's always some fly in the ointment somewhere, always a fly. But if you're going to put a show on, again, be factual. And he's successful for actually having, for a few things I've heard, not really bad topic matter. I thought, if I'm promoting him, that's fine. I think his show this morning was right on target. I really think it was, on everything he said about, and the advice about meeting a Filipino, and and he threw a bunch of cultural things in there and relationship things in there. But I'm not going to be envious of his channel because he's got a cotillion. I don't know what he has. He's making a little money. It doesn't play into it. Did he put a good show on? Yeah. Was he factual? Yes. Was it good topic matter? Yes, it was. Did he really hit the nail on the head regarding relationships in the Philippines and so on, along with his guest? Yeah, they did a pretty good job of that. So try to praise the channels that are really pumping out good material. And on his show, at least on that one, it wasn't gossip. And that's what I liked about the show this morning. It really wasn't gossip. He allowed people's comments if they were like out of line. He didn't argue about it. He just put on timeout or whatever. If the topic is really good, it's worthwhile show. It's worth subscribing. It's worth helping them monetize and whatnot, and throwing them a few coins here and there to kind of keep it going. Because the only thing that keeps the show on is that you're making money on it. Because otherwise, although it's a great outlet, I think you might find that most foreigners that move out here, they're not all in the comfy zone of money, and they really have to rely on things like social media to make a few bucks, to make ends meet. Don't forget out here, and then of course there was just typical questions on there, but he didn't answer. That's why he didn't. It's because it's been played out. 3 questions. A couple of people, oh, I make 3,000 a month. Is that enough to live on here? Of course, some person answered that, and I said yes. That's quite good enough. Someone said, "Is okay? I make 2,500 because I'm not going to make any more until my retirement. I'm not yet for retirement." Yeah, that's good money. That's good money. You got to understand, if you're out here and you got to understand if you're a Filipino out here, and I'm only going to go on basis of salary from two sources. Like if you're a call center worker, on an average, I'd say maybe 13,000 a month. If you're a laborer, that's if you're working every day, though. You can make, I don't know, you can make all the way up to 1,000 pesos a day. The general consensus is about 500 and above. Some people only make 350 to work in the restaurant industry in places like they might make as low as 350 pesos a day. So when you look at it, that's really a low salary, but these people seem to get by. They're not starving, and they have shelter. And so when a guy comes in there and says, "Can I live on 2,500? Can I live on 3,000?" Of course you can. Of course you can. I mean, you're not going to do mass dating, and you're not going to be buying presents for your girlfriends and all that stuff, left and right. Although some had, and they went broke. But I think all in all, I think you all know that if Filipinos could survive on such little money a month, there's no reason why, to a point, why a foreigner couldn't do it. It's not that I'm changing horses in the middle of the stream here, but I'm actually saying that you can survive out here, but you'd have to work very hard to be able to find your resources. Is that the commercial airplane I hear out there? I think that is. Yeah, I think that's the airline. Hear that plane, Gilda?
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that was a commercial airliner that just took off out here.
Yeah,
It's
just a
Sunday. Yeah, that
flight
makes
from
sense about the right
Sunday.
time too, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. But see, they're still giving the same price, 888, which is a really good deal. It's a really good deal. Someone gives me another thumbs up. Thanks, Frank, for being here. Please, basically tell it like it is. I know you're not saying that, but that's why you're here. That's why you give me the thumbs up. Okay. So yeah, Barry is still there, and if his lawyer's listening, your client is not cooperating, and he's making comments on everybody else's channels. And for people wondering, thinking he's not on YouTube, oh yes, he certainly is. And he spends the best part of his day and night reading comments, hopefully about him, and leaving comments on different people's shows. He hasn't gone anywhere. Nope, he hasn't gone anywhere at all. And he's been laying comments, as he did on Mike's Philippines retirement and his morning show. And, there you go. He's got a lot of time on his hands, more than most, actually. And if anybody's more time on his hands, it's him. By not choice of his own. He says he's 2 steps ahead of me. No, I think I came on. He didn't know it was on there. And I seen his comment on there, and he had to mention me for some reason. Um, and then I think I made a comment saying that, naughty, naughty. What are you doing on here talking about me on somebody's channel? Naughty, naughty. And then I had some reactions from him. I said, hey, I'm you know, wherever you turn around, there I am. I'm right behind you, bud. Caught you on another channel. Then he wrote, I'm 2 steps ahead of you. I said, well, if you were 2 steps ahead of me, you wouldn't be in jail. Then I think he shut up after that. So, but I continued to listen a little bit to Mike's Philippine retirement. And I thought what he had to say, he had his guest on there, and I said I forgot who his guest was. Yeah, it was a good topic. And I think I have to give credit when it's due. It was some good topic matter. Then, if you want to listen to Philippine antics, well, gosh, I think enough of that. It's pretty clear cut that this channel is a complete guide. At least I could say that Mike's Philippine Retirement, that's his name, that his show is right on target with a lot of stuff going on. He doesn't hold back anything. And, except for the one bugaboo that he's been, married 6 times, there's something wrong with that picture. And he's claiming that yeah, I am an expert on women. Well, that kind of busted him for a minute because, I've been out here long enough. Well, I know he had 6 failed marriages. So that's the only bugaboo I have with Mike's Philippines Retirement. He was married 6 times. And to me, that's a red flag. But other than that, and we'll move beyond it, we'll forgive him and forget, But putting good topic matter on, which he did, it was great. And give people credit when it's due. And try to do that. Give people credit when it's actually due. And you got to support these types of channels instead of all the nonsense on here. I would advise you to do that. And as I said, I keep my shows short. I got to do a few things. Then we got to get ready. We're going to have a lunch out today. And it's a beautiful day here in the Philippines on the island. The island is beautiful. We may decide to, on the way back, walk the beach back. And maybe we'll take some beach video of my walk back. I'm not sure. See how hot it is and see how I'm feeling. And chicken parmesan, baby. Well, I don't know what I'm having. I really don't know. I'll surprise myself and all that. But Barry, listen, my boy, son, the son I never wanted. There's eyes on you. There's eyes on you. You'd be surprised when you're commenting on other channels and you think I'm not on there. Or somebody else ain't seen your comments. They've been screenshotted. And if your lawyer is listening, sir, your client is not being very cooperative. He is not abiding by the advice you have given him. He's still on social media against your will, against your learned advice. How do you deal with a client like that? You dump him. That's what you do. Just say, you're on your own, son. I did my best for you, but you don't want to comply. So you dump their ass. That's what you do. And we're approaching the 20-minute mark pretty soon. We want to get off before the 20-minute mark on here. I just thought I'd mention that. Give a little kudos to a show. Let the lawyer know that your client is not obeying the laws of the land and not obeying you. And he's still on YouTube, maybe not making videos because he got his hands slapped a little bit, his girlfriend or whatever. Oh, what else did he say? I'm probably going to go over the 20-minute mark just a little bit. That his girlfriend is better looking or something than mine or some shit like that. And I said something like, who would you be talking about? No, I think I said, well, who are you talking about? You can take that any way you want. Any way you fucking want. Okay, I'm out of here. We're at the 20-minute mark. Bye-bye. Thank you for listening. Wish you a wonderful day.